often known as the king of the jungle, a true symbol of power and majesty in the wild. But today, that king finds himself cornered, surrounded by a pack of fierce hyenas. A brutal battle for survival is about to unfold on the savannah, where the title of ruler will be pushed to its very limit. Can the lion reclaim his throne? Let's find out. The video starts now. The lion, the ultimate predator of the African savanna, where endless fields of golden grass stretch to the horizon. With a lightning-fast pounce that can reach over 80 km/h in just seconds and a bite force of 650 psi, it has the power to take down almost any prey that crosses its path. Even when alone, a male lion can easily overpower a leopard or bring down a fully grown antelope in the blink of an eye, thanks to its unmatched strength, fearless instinct, and cold-blooded precision. But today, the one who was once the king of predators has become the hunted, trapped in a bloody showdown against a ruthless pack of hyenas. And this is where true survival instinct awakens. On the South African savanna, as the food chain grows scarcer, every creature becomes more aggressive than ever. And in this brutal fight for survival, a greedy pack of hyenas has chosen the dangerous path, stealing the spoils from the king of the jungle himself. Before diving into the battle, let's understand the enemy the lion is up against. The hyena is a creature with a muscular build, sloping back, longer front legs, and a massive head armed with jaws powerful enough to crush bone. But their most striking feature lies in those watchful, predatory eyes, always waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Many believe hyenas are mere scavengers, feeding only on leftovers. But in reality, over 60% of their meals come from active hunts where intelligence, coordination, and teamwork turn them into predators even lions must respect. They never hunt alone. Once one spots prey, the entire pack storms in like a roaring storm, surrounding and tearing their victim apart within seconds. In the world of hyenas, power doesn't come from muscle. It comes from numbers, and that's exactly what makes them one of the most dangerous foes on the savannah, even for the mighty lion himself. But can the pack really bring down the king of beasts, the one who once made the entire savannah bow before him? Let's keep watching to find out. Amid the dry, barren savanna, a pack of hyenas spots a male lion leisurely enjoying his hard-earned meal. Under the blazing sun, they stalk his every move, silently closing in, tightening the circle, waiting for the perfect moment when the king lets his guard down to launch a lightning-fast attack. In the blink of an eye, the entire pack of hyenas charges in, surrounding the ruler of the plains, their eyes burning with greed and hunger for the juicy prize before them. Once the signal to attack is given, every hyena lunges into battle at once. One after another, they rush in like a violent storm, fast, vicious, biting and tearing into the body of the Long King. But the lion is not one to surrender easily. With a thunderous roar, it summons every ounce of remaining strength and strikes back like a bolt of lightning, clamping its jaws down on one of the hyenas. A painful scream echoes across the plains, and in that very moment, the battle erupts into absolute chaos. The tension has reached its peak. The hyenas are in a frenzy, relentless and unyielding as they swarm the lion from all sides. More than 20 of them charge in, attacking from every direction, leaving the king of the jungle barely any chance to fight back. Each bite, each tear slowly drains the lion's strength. Its body is now covered in wounds, breathing heavy, and every step grows heavier. The hyena's razor-sharp fangs sink deeper and deeper into its flesh, pushing the mighty king to the brink of exhaustion, trapped in a deadly circle with no escape. Is this the end for the ruler of the savannah, or the beginning of a fiery, blood-soaked counterattack? The battle raged on for hours, and this time, the weaker side emerged victorious. The lone lion, once the symbol of strength and power, finally fell beneath the fangs and claws of the ruthless hyena pack, too exhausted to fight back. Amid the harsh, unforgiving savannah, you can see the despair in the fallen king's eyes. The same ruler who once made all creatures tremble, now helpless before the overwhelming force of numbers. A brutal reminder that in the wild, sometimes sheer numbers decide it all. Battles like these aren't just fights over food. They are raw, unfiltered proof of nature's terrifying reality. In this world, the weak inevitably become prey for the strong, a cruel yet fair law that has repeated itself for generations. It's the unbreakable cycle of survival, where only the strongest have the right to exist. And in that world, there is no room for mercy, only instinct, blood, and the will to survive. Amid the blazing savannah where even the mighty can fall, we come to realize one thing: nature shows no favoritism. Strength, intelligence, resilience, all are temporary against the relentless wheel of survival. Every battle, whether won or lost, carves a lasting truth. In this world, no one remains king forever. But is this truly the end for the king of the jungle, or just the calm before he reclaims his throne? Stay tuned for the next chapter of Lion's Revenge, the King's Return, where the story continues, written in blood, driven by instinct, and fueled by the primal will to survive.
Farmers today not only grow and care for crops, but also protect their crops from the invasion of wild boars. Where I live, farmers have the habit of hunting wild boars, which happens all year round, because they can appear at any time. Today, in our free time, we will continue our hunting trip to control the wild boar population. Let's follow along to see the final results. In Brazil, the increase in the number of wild boars has become a serious threat to agriculture. Herds of wild boars destroy crops, eat crops, and damage the land, causing great losses to farmers. To protect their crops, many farmers are forced to organize hunting trips as a means of driving away the animals. However, this solution is only temporary, and cannot completely solve the problem. Brazilian farmers do not want the conflict between them and wild boars to last long, because it greatly affects their lives. But before there is a more sustainable solution, they still need to go on hunting trips. On today's patrol, we brought hunting dogs to track wild boars more effectively. Under the bright sunlight, I looked out over the vast fields with rows of green young trees. The car sped across the rough ground, quickly approaching the target. There it is. A wild boar was busy foraging in the middle of the field. I stopped the car, raised my gun, and fired a few shots in succession, but it sped away at a terrifying speed. The chase continued until the distance gradually narrowed. I focused all my attention on the decisive shot. With my efforts, I was finally able to kill him. A few minutes later, the loud barking of the dogs led me to a lush cornfield, which was about to be harvested. This was an ideal place for wild boars to hide, with abundant food sources and dense corn rows as cover. Fearing that they would destroy the entire field, I hurriedly followed the trail. After a long distance, the target appeared before my eyes. In a short moment, I quickly raised my gun, aimed, and fired a shot. The wild boar ran away, but its panicked steps gradually slowed down. It could not escape this pursuit.
Calma, calma, calma. Calma, calma. 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 Oh, vai. Tá contra.
In the cornfield, the wild boars had raged, causing many corn plants to fall. The damage was clearly visible before our eyes. We immediately searched around the area, patiently waiting in tense silence. The barking of dogs grew closer and closer, signaling that the wild boar was very close. Luckily, one of the group brought it down while it was trying to hide in the dense cornfield.
Aí, ó. Marca bonita, é.
However, the chase was not over yet. In the soybean field on the other side, another wild boar was charging at breakneck speed, but the pack of hunting dogs quickly closed in. I followed them closely, raised my gun, and shot the animal down. But there were still many other wild boars lurking here, requiring us to concentrate highly to deal with the next targets.
Foi pesada.
The patrol in the field continued without stopping. It seemed like the wild boars had panicked and run away. But from within the field, a black wild boar suddenly appeared and ran as fast as lightning. But its speed could not defeat me. I adjusted my gun carefully and fired 2 more shots, taking down the target immediately. Our field had just been planted, and if we continued to sweep, these wild boars would cause more damage before the crops were harvested. While I was ambushing in a hidden corner, my eyes fell on a wild boar not far away. A single shot rang out, but that was enough to take down the target. The hunt was extremely dramatic. The hunters seemed to be tireless in chasing the wild boars. The final results we got were extremely wonderful. The crop destroyers would pay a heavy price. With relentless hunting efforts, we search everywhere, wherever wild boars can hide. Once we find a target, everyone will focus on chasing and taking them down. It is not easy to eliminate all these destroyers from the field, but we still have to try our best to minimize the damage they cause. We have killed a lot of wild boars on today's hunting trip. However, this war cannot be stopped yet because the number of wild boars is increasing at a rapid rate. Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel.